Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, all those watching, and welcome to round 12, 13, 14? Round 14, I think, of 81 here in IIRL. Little short on the driver side this evening, but that's okay because we're going to be running short quali, so there'll be plenty of consistent action to keep you all up to date with, I hope. And my keyboard has decided to stop working. Oh, there we go. Excellent. How's everybody in the chat doing this evening? Yeah, I know, it sucks. It's a little dire with 11. It's a little on the dire side. But I'm excited to be back, nonetheless. It's been, what, 3 weeks since I last did this? What with life things getting in the way and all. But hey-ho, here we are. Björn Beast is our first out on track. To put their lap in. I think it's going to be dry. If anybody could let me know what the race is going to be like, that would be absolutely swell. Like, doesn't seem to want to change camera. There we go. Well, that was late. Yeah, you could have guaranteed point socks. Pretty much. Someone's bound to DNF here, right? It is, in fact, Hungary. And some of those curbs and walls are Hungary themselves. Haha. Punny. Oh. Can't be bothered to do 150 laps of Hungary. Why not? It's not just 150, it's 150 plus your experience. It's joy. I like Hungary. You know, if you discount the poor traction zones and that really annoying chicane. But otherwise, I like Hungary. I enjoy it. I think it's good fun. Here we go then, our first runner of this evening, bjurnbeastNL. Crosses the line, I get a lovely view of the back of the car coming down the straight into turn 1. Itty bitty lock up. Just dragging the tyres through there. Oh, we're running through the second of our DRS zones. It's a funny one, this, with its DRS zones. Oh, excuse me, I've started talking and immediately started yawning. Oh. Go. Up the hill into a... Oh, that was nice and quick through there. It's a fantastic part of the track that if you can get that right, you can gain a lot of time in through those corners. Just bumps up on the sausage curb of that chicane. And very close camera angles on this track. We need more uppity camera angles. So we come down, round into the penultimate corner. But you lose a lot of time if you lock up back there, but here we go, nice and tight through there. Round the final turn. Careful not to invalidate track limits there if you're fast, and we do a 114.6. Up next was that guy on their, well, that was on their outlap. We have a Red Bull of Natured Alloy, or BRT CM21 if you fancy. Crosses the line with a 114.2. Sano, next. I like this. You know, I do and I don't. I mean, the double DRS zones can be a bit of a pain sometimes. You hope Greg DNFs. What's the vendetta against Greg? Quad campers on their outlap. What? You can't have more practice for Sunday. That's true, actually. Do you want to jump on here, Socks, and stream, and I'll do my driving. Oh wow! Oh, congratulations, 30 stream streak. You are the streakiest. Willow, 114.034. Speedy. Right. Right, look. Oh, it looks like that guy's going for a double run. 10 weeks, that is. By golly. By golly indeed. I keep meaning to like rack up a streak, but like every now and then I forget to like put the stream on while I'm racing so that I can get my streak, and then I'm like, ah no, it's all over for me now. It's right on board with SmallerSmiley. Or, you know, he who is the merchant of rear wing damage. Why don't you jump on then, Socks? Jump on! Come be my companion! I'd make a Doctor Who relationship, but I don't think I could be as cool as any of those Doctor Who people. Probably as old as like one of the originals. Wow. What's Smiley gonna do through here? I wish I could get a better... Ooh. Bumps that curb, rear end kicks out a little bit. Nice and quick. Actually, all of these look quick. I don't know why I'm saying nice and quick. All of them look quick through here because of the type of track it is. Camera angles just go by so quickly, they are borderline motion sickening inducing, but didn't keep it quite as tight through there as other people have. Oh, keeps it within track limits. And does a 1:14.6. Not a bad time. And through that we had Greg take a time with a 1:15. Cod Camper put in a time with a 1:14.8. That guy has got an absolutely stellar 1:18.9. Oh, apologies if I try and click on another thing. Next week, if I'm free and you're... I'm always on my target. People got lives, and I have committed to this as part of my life. If I've got other things going on, then I won't be able to necessarily, but... Here we go with Wee. See, they make it look so easy through there. They make it look... Wee, in particular, makes it look so easy, and that's hard, because he is, in fact, on controller. Oh, yeah, ExoticPla1ns popped to 1:13.6. How did I miss that? I must have, like, blinked for 2 seconds and completely missed it. As Wee comes in to set a... no time at all. Chaz just invalidated and exploded a board. Oh, and then cut a corner. Poor Chaz. Exploding a brake board, marker board. Yeah, I don't really have much to say on that other than don't hit the brake marker boards. Some people don't use the magical line that tells you where to drive. 11 is a bit shocking. All right, so I've got you on that. I'll take you up on that action. £5 for no one doing better than that lap. I will in fact see your bet and take your bet. So let's see what does Björn do as he crosses the line. Oops. Not quite that. As Bert Jacob. Oh, not far off. 1:13.8 from Bert Jacob. Oh, I'm just going to start referring to all the BRT guys as Bert now. Alright there, my lover. It's Bert Jacob here, racing in Hungary. What's Greg gonna do? Hopefully something exciting. If he takes the P1 here, then, you know, how are you gonna feel then, Socks? Greg pulling out a 1:13.690. Improves by a 10th. But who knows what mystical juices he had on those tyres. DeflatedWee is on his out lap. Who else is on a lap? Not Bert Jacob. Bert Jacob is in fact not. That's too slow. Oh, as BRT comes in and Exotic goes to set another lap. Unsurprisingly, all of these drivers are on soft tyres. I just felt like that had to be said. What I need is like my own little delta in the top right that's like they're going faster or slower than they were before. Oh, although ExoticPla1ns is in fact 19 milliseconds slower through there, through sector 1. What can they diddle on sector 2? I'm going to presume that these are fresh boots to try and set a better time with. They're a 10th up. Socks, you might be about to lose a fiver, mate. And he goes 1.44 tenths faster. So, Socks, I'm afraid, my dude, you owe me a fiver, but you can do that in the form of beer at some point. That guy's on an out lap. We invalidated his lap, which is big Sadge for DeflatedWee. He did a 1:13.847 that lap, so not far off. DeflatedWee did one not far off. BRT CM21 is currently improving by 8/10 of a 8/8/8/800ths even of a second. Bicester is close to you. I'm not in Bicester though, am I? But we could go there one day. We'll go have a party at Bicester. That's the world's most exciting drinking place. So anybody who's not listening, sorry, Natured Alloy, my bad. For anybody who's not from the UK, if you come on holiday here, you should go to Bicester. It's a lively place. You can get many boozes there, maybe. I'm going to big up Bicester. I'm not on Bicester's payroll. Go Swindon. You know what, though? Swindon's not that bad. They've got the magical roundabout. I quite like the magical roundabout. Maybe. Nah, everyone should go somewhere, I don't know, exotic, like... I don't know. I'm trying to think of something. St. Austell. I hear that's great this time of year. Apologies for anybody from St. Austell. I'm afraid so, Red Dragon. Oh, Mandrillo Hawaiino. I don't know who that is. Yes, no, we're down to 11. 11 heads because people have lives and have to go do things, and Thursday's a busy day in the middle of the day. That guy is on a lap. I'm sorry, Socks. Are you implying there's something going on? Other things you can't say in chat about Swindon? Ah, that guy invalidated while I looked right at the chat. Big Sadge. Pull that guy. That guy doesn't have a great track record for not invalidating, bless him. And we have the Sower of Chaos, which for anybody who's interested, that's what Greg's username translates to. The Sower of Chaos. Though my, unfortunately my Polish phonetics aren't on point, so I'll take a bit of time to try and pronounce that and then we can all do it. Are your thoughts on Swindon not PG because it's a something football rivalry? If it's a football thing, I'm going to be yeah, there it is. It's a football thing. I'm disappointed in you, Socks. I thought we were above them. Greg improves by 6 milliseconds. As we come around. Oh, although it does look like the two Mercedes are giving each other toes. I think we should have a rule that splits those two up. Like a physical pole that stops them from going anywhere near one another. A physical pole. Greg's up 56 milliseconds. And what are we going to do as we head into the final sector? Comes around the penultimate corner. Puts the accelerator on, straightens up, turns the wheel, goes right, comes around, and he goes up and across the line to take P10 with an 86 millisecond improvement. Congratulations. You went up time. Up time. Should be a poll between Nifty and First. There is generally. He generally puts it on poll. Oh, ExoticPla1ns giving the slipstream to bjurnbeastNL. Or Ever Björn. 0.3 of a second up, but that will not be enough to take the tippity top spot. Will be enough though to secure P2 from Bert Jacob. SmallerSmiley's also on that. Who is... yeah, but he's behind. Sorry, I get my colours mixed up. There we go. I'll go back to... Chaz is behind. Just making sure that we're on the next person crossing the line. Oh, as Bert Jacob gets out of the way. Comes around. Didn't see if he'd improved in the previous sectors, but what's he going to do? A 1:13.7. Not a bad time at all. Not a bad time at all. SmallerSmiley next across the line. What can SmallerSmiley do? He can go P7 with a 1:14.3. Next up is Sano or Sano. Willow has invalidated, so that's Willow not going to be able to improve there. And we have ended our qualifying. We managed to put in a nice 1:13.8. Björn, I've watched. I don't know if Exotic's on a lap. Boom, 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 over those curbs, but he's invalidated anyway, so it don't matter. I'm pretty sure the only person here who might be able to take it off the top spot is going to be Bert Jacob. But Bert Jacob isn't up on their time from Sector 2. They were down on their previous time. So unless they can somehow pull 0.3 out of their bumhole here. And bingo bango bongo, they improved by 5 milliseconds. As our Mercedes come in, Sano is not improving. DeflatedWee is done. We do, however, have Natured Alloy on a stonking lap, 15 seconds up on their previous time. And I do believe that is it for our qualifying session. I'll give yourself some credit, Stocks. You're faster than that. So there we have it. That is the end of our qualifying. Our qualificationating. We have ExoticPla1ns taking the top spot with T1, obviously, with 1:13.5, followed by bjurnbeastNL, Bert Jacob, DeflatedWee, IIRL S7, Willow, Natured Alloy, SmallerSmiley, that guy, excuse me, Codcamper, and Greg. Let's keep the slander to a minimum in the chat, please. I mean, you say got BNB saying it's a 1-2, but are they going to be able to keep it because the last few weeks they've not actually been on form that I remember, because last week is a blur. No, last week's not a blur because there was lots of kadunking. We're going to be going in 5 minutes, which is going to put us dead on XX00, depending upon your time zone. I'm pretty sure there's a time zone in India somewhere. It's like half an hour ahead, so it actually, hopefully no one's in that time zone. This will be mighty inconvenient for them. In fact, I need to know now. Oh, there are half hour and 45-minute time zones. Yeah, India, 5.5 hours ahead of the UK. Or UTC. Oh, does it? Australia. It does. The Northern Territory is 9:30. There's also one which is Australian Western Central Standard Time. It's Australia Central Western Standard Time, which is 8 hours and 45 minutes for anybody who's actually interested. Same with parts of New Zealand. Look at that. Nepal as well. I love time zones too. Let's turn this into the time zone podcast for anybody who's interested in time zones. I mean, I don't think we're going to have a particularly raunchy audience, but we can try. In fact, there we go, Sogs. Let's do that. Let's start a podcast where all we do is talk about things through a time. Oh no. Oh, I created. See, this is where I fall flat on my feet. I've got no good suggestions for a time zone podcast. If anybody in the chat has got a suggestion for a good punny name for a time zone podcast, I angry time I. You know what though? That would probably stick quite well. I reckon we'd get loads of attention on that from a very specific community. Cod Camper is going on softs because otherwise their race will be dead. Oh, time to talk zone. Oh. Oh. That's good. Keep these coming. And then you'll get like credit in the podcast. You'll get like a 1 minute, 30-second slot at the end where you get to say something, something like really witty, like you get at the end of TV shows. That is to anybody who is riveting, ranting, and raving about time zone podcasts. An angry time zone. We say everything in capital letters, if that's possible without shouting. Oh, good lord! We're like just over halfway through the season now. Oh my, oh my. You scream in lowercase. Oh, I like that. Oh. Statistics. I can't type. Generally they have some of that. There we go. Oh, that's quite an old article actually, so that's not going to be any good. Looking for the most important stats for Hungary. Oh, Lewis Hamilton has 8 wins here, 9 poles. The lap record is a 116.6, so we are in fact, well that was in 2020, so video game people are in fact faster than people. It is a 476-meter run down to the first corner. Oh no, you can't go on that screen. That's not for you. There we go. Come here. You scream in lowercase when Greg gets P1. 475 meters equals 3 time zones. Let's measure everything in fractional time zones. Oh. The fun fact, there was 51 overtakes here in 2023. Don't know about 2024. They don't like to update these things until next year. So there were definitely some overtakes. Oh yeah, this is where Oscar Piastri got his first win. How big is your slice of cheese if it is 0.3 time zones wide? Here we go, everyone. All the cars are doing their flickery wickeries as we do our formation lap here at Hungary. I mean, people are somewhat almost racing towards the line there. Ooh, the current championship standings. Look at you giving me things to talk about. Bingo, bango, bongo. The current championship standings are in 81. The current championship standings are okay, well that's an interesting thing to come back to. Greg has asked where his mini DRS is in the McLaren. But yes, ExoticPla1ns is currently at the top with 202 points. Willow following 21 points behind, and bjurnbeast 47 behind that. DeflatedWee is 81 points behind the lead, with BRT CM21 or Nature Alloy with 84 and 118 behind the lead. Here we go, and we're off. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to see what's going on because of the funky camera angle, so I'll jump on board briefly to see if I can't get an idea of what's happening. Until this happens, and the helicopter shot comes out, and no Bottas bowling today. Everybody keeping it... Oh, actually, not keeping it fairly clean. The Red Bull there bumping in, and that has given Sano a chance to pull through. Willow is going around the outside here of DeflatedWee. Doesn't look like Willow's got any damage. Oh, but there was a hard shunt there from the Red Bull on DeflatedWee, as the two Red Bulls are still somewhat inside one another. Which is definitely interesting. They finally returned to their normal cars. It is a bit naughty from the Red Bull there. Where has... that has put bjurnbeast back down into P6, P8 rather. ExoticPla1ns just running away with it now as he's already 1.3 seconds ahead of Sano. See, Socks, this is why I need you here. You're here to say all the right words. Sano is... just at this point, ExoticPla1ns is checking out. Willow is alright on the booty of Sano. That gearbox is going to be looking very tasty for Willow at the moment as he makes a run down into turn 1. Is he going to be able to outbrake Sano? Quite easily, actually. There was almost nothing to fight for in there. Looks like Bert Jacob is right up behind Sano. Sano goes a little wide, goes in a little deep there, so it messes up his line a little. But we have got Codcamper, who has done a little bit of a spinny winny and is missing his front wing. Greg is fine. SmallerSmiley is fine. That guy seems to have 100% of his wings. bjurnbeast has his wings. DeflatedWee is now into P6. That strategy went well. Be nice. Just straight up just shredding Godcamper for going on softs. I imagine they're overheating. They get quite hot here at Hungary. Willow's a little bit further ahead, although with the DRS here, I'm not sure we're going to see any moves on anybody. It's quite powerful, but oh no, no, no. Oh, 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 oh. Sano's going to have the DRS again, but Willow gets a better exit out of turn 2-ish. and Willow kept it ahead. See, the DRS zone here is not that powerful. It isn't, it isn't. It depends on how close you are, what wings you're running. I don't know why I'm just stating the literal obvious here, but it is a bit of a train, as it looks like Greg is just hanging onto the back of SmallerSmiley. Doesn't look like at this rate he's going to be able to keep the DRS down the straight, so that will start to see his position drop off. He's in that awkward area of dirty air. Captain Obvious has entered the stream. They do call me that. Maybe. Actually, if anyone calls me that, I'll be a little bit sad. Willow's going to be playing the protect his tyre game here. But he's still 6/10 ahead of Sano. Oh, excuse me. So why am I getting two different camera angles for the same car? Well, two different cars. So yeah, it's just not enough. It's not enough to bring him up into the DRS. Greg has now dropped 2 seconds back. As Cod Camper has gone on to the M tyre. SmallerSmiley hanging on to the back of that guy. And what are we going to see here? Oh, it's become a bit of a train, hasn't it? I mean, Natured Alloy. We made up a place on Natured Alloy, but Natured Alloy is sticking with him. We're sticking with him close as well. One wrong move there from the Red Bull, and it will go into the gearbox of the kick Sauber. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I believe you just have to set it up correctly, because it's just all transmitted via L network. Here we go. Sano still can't catch Willow, sorry, as Natured Alloy is making a move on DeflatedWee. Yes, so you guys didn't make it clear. Race laps will work. I have the know-how. Is he going to be able to... This is the closest battle we have on track at the minute. Everyone seems to just be sticking quite closely together. As they go over those curves. BJurnBeast right up. Oh, these three are so close together. They are practically on top of one another. One poor braking move here, and we will see those. Oh, he took a. I absolutely can do socks. Yeah, he took a little look down the inside there, BJurnBeast did, but he just quickly tucked his nose back in. Oh, DeflatedWee has dropped off the back of Bert Jacob, though. Who is close enough, I believe, to make a move on Sano. Natured Alloy and DeflatedWee. DeflatedWee defends hard going in. Oh, and there's a little bit of a tap there, but no damage for any of the cars by the looks of it. Oh! Cheeky move from BJurnBeast there down the inside. Oh, that was pretty lovely. Meanwhile, ExoticPla1ns is currently already at the next race. SmallerSmiley is getting up tight on the rear of that guy. It's very close. And for anybody who notices, the sound is correct for the Ferrari. You don't have that high-pitched horrible whine anymore. Mostly because I physically changed it. It's bearable to hear. You and Greg were defending quite well the other day. I think. I don't know. I wasn't really able to watch. I was right at the back. I dropped off pretty quick. I did not have a lot of race pace on Sunday. Oh, BJurnBeast has made up a position on Natured Alloy. Looks like SmallerSmiley couldn't quite keep it up with that guy in order to take a space in the DRS. Everyone's racing fairly cleanly now that everyone's chilled out. I don't think we're going to see a safety car here today. Oh, excuse me. BRT, however, is quite far off of Sano, so I don't think he's going to be able... He'll have to put in some beans if he wants to catch up with Sano. But now that he's cleared the dirty air of that Red Bull, he might be able to do it. Sano is sticking up on the rear of Willow, who is steadily making gains on ExoticPla1ns. But has ExoticPla1ns just been taking it a little bit more chill in order to protect those tyres that he has on his vehicle? Little yellow-walled medium tyres. Oh, excuse me. The gap is opening up though between these two. Or between the two Red Bull, or the Red Bull and, yeah, the two Red Bulls. Are we going to see we get close enough to make a move on Bert Jacob, who doesn't have the DRS? Oh, he does a little looky-loo, but doesn't quite manage to make it stick. He is going to have the DRS here again, though. He's not going to make a move. I mean, it's a hard one, that DRS, and I find it a bit pointless, really, because it's quite hard to catch up on anybody. It's the only other place I suppose you can put one. You wouldn't want to put one here, because otherwise you'll overspeed up the hill and into a wall. But, Greg and Cod are in no man's land. Let's take a second to see Greg. Greg is having his time. He's enjoying it, getting some practice in for Sunday. Doing some laps and looking pretty doing it too. Cod Camper is 32 seconds back from Greg. And again, he is just chilling, taking his time. He's playing the long game here. Hopefully going to be able to make a decent move into a bit later on in the race when the race will come to him. It's about a 20-second pit stop time here, so with a safety car, he might be in a decent position. BjurnBeast is making a move on Sano, who defends at the very last second to keep that Mercedes off him. DeflatedWee has taken a position off of Bert Jacob, and SmallerSmiley is now ahead of that guy. Yeah, Greg and Cod appreciation. Comment, they need appreciation. Everyone deserves appreciation. Wow, that 2.5 seconds though is such a big distance on this track. These three are scrapping. Proper fight here for the final podium position, with BjurnBeast and Natured Alloy right up on the rear of one another, who are then practically inhaling and huffing the exhaust fumes coming off of Sano's kick. BjurnBeast goes for a little fake there. It'd be an I wouldn't want to make a move into that corner really. Not unless I was on the inside already. BjurnBeast, they're all going to have the DRS down here. Is BjurnBeast going to pump on some battery? He is, but oh my gold, all these people, they've got no battery. Except Natured Alloy here was just taking it very chill. As Bert Jacob, overtakes Wee as the DRS again. The most pointless DRS zone on planet Earth. In my professional capacity as a pundit. Which, I learnt today, comes from the ancient Sanskrit for learned man. Thanks to the Chase and Bradley Walsh. Maybe we should have a Bradley Walsh appreciation comment. For teaching me all those things about ancient Sanskrit. So, we are a third of the way through the race almost. A BjurnBeast is... Oh, BjurnBeast is right on the back of Willow now. So he's made a few gains. Willow's not going to be close enough to get any DRS off of Exotic. So it's very likely that Björn will take that place off of the Haas. He's not going to fight it, because why would you? Falls down into P3, so it's currently a Mercedes 1-2. Greg overtakes DeflatedWee in the pits. Those were wheel guns right there. As DeflatedWee is going on to the hard tyre. Oh! Excuse me. And our BjurnBeast overtakes ExoticPla1ns. Why do I feel like that was orchestrated? They're obviously playing the team game here to try and hold up Willow. Gunning for those additional points in the championship, as Bert Jacob is the first of our people today to get the a little overtake into that corner. Sad I missed that. Bert Jacob gets the first 3-second penalty. Willow just going to be playing the long game here. So a little itty bitty pitty witty could be enough to get him an undercut. Oh! That guy's gone around. Greg's not going to quite be close enough to catch him, but that guy hasn't pitted yet, so that means he will be dropping off into the pits at some point. He's missing a front wing. SmallerSmiley's not missing a front wing. I wonder if they came together. Natured Alloy is now sniffing around the butt of Willow. Very close. Interesting team game the Mercs are playing here. Now that BRT is out, in fact, out of the jaws of ExoticPla1ns. As Willow and ExoticPla1ns are pitting. No penalties here for speeding. I don't want to be on those lines, people. Oh, they're all going into the pits. Okay, that explains why I can't seem to get off of them. Ooh. Oh, as Greg gets a 10-second a 10-second penalty for speeding into the pit lane, which I would describe as less than preferable. No real inconveniences there for Smiley. Seeing as they double stacked. That's what I was trying to keep an eye on. Willow is dropped behind ExoticPla1ns though, that's interesting. Well, DeflatedWee even. Oh, it's because DeflatedWee pitted earlier. DeflatedWee with the undercut. Are you sad because he's taking all of his bad luck out today, Socks? ExoticPla1ns is now 18 seconds behind Natured Alloy, who is 2 seconds behind of BjurnBeast. That pits... Oh, a Lelo. From Bert Jacob. A Lelo flag from Bert Jacob, who is now down into P8 as SmallerSmiley overtakes him, who is currently 6 seconds behind Sano. I'm guessing he was probably a bit inconvenienced by that pit stop. 6 seconds seems like quite a lot for him to be behind by. They have all pitted. Pitted. Hey Rids, how you doing? This is Hungary. We have 11 drivers, so we're killing it tonight. We got some team games going on here with BjurnBeast and ExoticPla1ns. Exotic swapped out with BjurnBeast on one lap, and they're obviously on alternate strategies because they swapped out and BjurnBeast just ExoticPla1ns just let BjurnBeast through. As DeflatedWee gets a second warning for time penalty, track limits. So there is still a lot to play for here in this particular race. ExoticPla1ns sniffing around the gearbox of DeflatedWee. Seems like Bert Jacob went around again. I know, it's sad. Even you could have got a spot today. Well, you're more than welcome to jump on. Do some of those video game car circles. These two are very close together. Bump in sides as they go through. Bert Jacob has retired from the session. So, now everybody who finishes the race will get points. It's a participation trophy! As ENG gets 3 seconds for wibbly wobbling over those over those white lines. bjurnbeast. If it was BRT takedown, you'd be a contender. We can do that. We can make that happen. We'll have a burnout category. Interesting though. Oh, I tell you what, I've forgotten to do this entire race, and I very much apologise to everybody. I forgot to put the tyres on. Whoops. I was more enthralled by what was going on. So, anyway, everyone's on the hards. ExoticPla1ns and bjurnbeast started on the hards. Everybody else started on the medium, so that answers any questions that anybody might have had at any point. And now I am completely forgiven for my previous transgressions. So, they're obviously going on playing the long game here, those up the front, hoping that maybe a safety car will come soon, which will give them the safety net they need to stay up in front. But those medium tyres, they'll only go for so long. If it was Dress to Impress, you'd win. Well, do it then. Let's turn this into Dress to Impress F1 edition, and then once you're done, you take the cars out and play Burnout Takedown with them. Smash them straight into one another. Lap 22-ish. Is that coming from your inside knowledge as a NA racer? All 4 of these guys vying for P3 currently. With that one track, it's arguably going to be fighting for P1 because they're going to be coming out behind Sano now when the front runners pit. They're currently sitting about 16.5 seconds behind, so 17 seconds behind ahead of Sano. 17.5 seconds ahead of Sano, so they'll probably come out 3.5 seconds behind. I'll do another estimated update as they pit. But it's a very spread out race now. SmallerSmiley gets it's a SmallerSmiley appreciation time because they are by themselves. Whereas Greg and that guy are now fighting one another, so they're no longer alone. So they don't get the obligatory words. Shout out. Oh, excuse me. Appreciation shout out. They don't get one. SmallerSmiley does racing by himself. Anyway, moving back to the front. These 4 here, who are all potentially fighting for a win tonight. Though DeflatedWee does have a 3-second time penalty. And is currently dragging Willow along behind them. Let's see. Willow's not burning any battery, but Wee is to stay ahead, and it's not really having much of an effect, unfortunately, for the poor kick driver. Oh, Willow gets a little squirmy-wormy out of that corner. Sano's just behind. They've now caught up to being 11 seconds behind ExoticPla1ns, so 12 seconds. realistically, so that takes them to a total of 15 seconds behind, so they are gaining time quickly. So if they're only 15 seconds behind the lead, that's going to put Björn almost out by SmallerSmiley, but of course there'll be a much fresher tyres. How long can those tyres last for is the real question. In fact, let's help do my math with a leader time. Yeah, so currently if Björn pits now, they will come out just ahead of SmallerSmiley. Well, I say just ahead, 5 seconds. Another couple of laps, I reckon they'll be coming out at 2 seconds ahead of SmallerSmiley. Natured Ally will be coming out behind SmallerSmiley. In that case, as Willow overtakes DeflatedWee. Oh, wrong buttons. Does Wee have the DRS? He does have the DRS, but he's almost fighting his teammate through there. Willow has plenty of battery, whereas Wee doesn't have as much, and his teammate has almost none. bjurnbeast is pumping his battery as well, so it makes me wonder whether or not he's going to be looking to come in soon, trying to keep ahead as much as he can, but those on the hard tyres are starting to catch them now. I would be mighty sad if I was bjurnbeast at the minute and a safety car came out. But I'm not entirely sure where a safety car could come out, considering there's almost nothing happening here. But Willow, so currently in terms of pit times and such, these two are fighting for P1 and 2. Willow at this rate is very likely to be able to take P1 through here. Oh, wrong buttons again. Don't mind me and my inability to press buttons, we missed that. But Willow does go ahead. Can he keep it ahead? Fighting with ExoticPla1ns through here. But Willow is going to have the inside line out here, and he gets ahead. There we go, Willow is now technically P1. After the disclaimer, after the other one's pit. Following up with the buttons, with the two Kick Saubers racing now for an effective P3. SmallerSmiley on for P4, 5 or 6, depending on how the race pans out for them. And Greg has fallen a bit behind that guy, which is unfortunate. Podcamber racing his own race. Oh, is that SmallerSmiley gone around? That is SmallerSmiley gone around, and it looks like they're missing some of that really precious front wing. Let's get a look as we come around here. Just a little bit of the front wing. They're missing just a little bit, and by a little bit I mean all of it. As Willow loses a place to ExoticPla1ns down the straight. They're going to be trading places for a while now and dragging one another up the track if they play their game right. But they have almost caught up to Natured Ally and bjurnbeast. SmallerSmiley comes into the pits. He's going to be replacing that front wing. Let's get an onboard pit shot because everyone else is just driving at the minute. I want to see an act. Does it do the top down thing? No! The top down thing! Oh, that's disappointing. Back to here. Because Willow is on the bum of ExoticPla1ns. Oh, wait! Oh yeah, Greg has that 10-second penalty, doesn't he? Yeah, might be. SmallerSmiley on the hard tyres again. New, fresh, tasty hard tyres. bjurnbeast has finally pit, which... Oh, he's going to come out about 10 seconds behind his teammate. So he'll have a bit of a fight to make it back up. He's got 13 laps to do it. Eventually those medium tyres will start to wear off. Willow goes down the outside of ExoticPla1ns, and if we see this, if they do this again, ExoticPla1ns is going to have the position out of the next corner. Ooh. Wow, Willow fighting hard there, but keeping it nice and clean. A little bit of bumpy contact. Nothing too dramatic. They're only 5 seconds now behind Natured Alloy, who was going another lap out. And there we go, BjurnBeast is now back out on the track. 5 seconds behind DeflatedWee. Total of about 11, 12 seconds behind Chaz, who is now about to be caught up by these two currently vying for P1 and 2. What are we going to see? Anything exciting here? I imagine we're going to see ExoticPla1ns overtake Willow, who is smartly not fighting, because what is the point? Sano has taken Wee though, at some point. Told you, yeah, you're right, Socks. You know the things. No. I can't get off. If I wanted to, there we go. It has allowed me to be somewhere else. So for anybody who might have just joined us, we've had everybody stop for their tyres, with the exception of Natured Alloy, who, according to Sox's prediction, should be pitting around about now, as they are being caught up by ExoticPla1ns and Willow, and their teammate Bart Jacob has in fact DNF'd. They couldn't seem to make it around this track without spinning out through sector 2, end of sector 2. And he did. Natured Alloy has pitted. So we're going to have Willow making a very speedy overtake now on ExoticPla1ns. Oh, ExoticPla1ns gives him a bit of a tap there, but ExoticPla1ns gets 3 seconds for track limits. I expect at any point now Greg's going to be deploying his mini DRS flaps to try and get ahead. He's just been holding it back for the time being. Oh, that's going to sting for ExoticPla1ns, those 3 seconds. BjurnBeast is now sniffing on the rear of DeflatedWee. 2-lap-old medium tyres, and he has caught up. That time delta there, look at that, between Natured Alloy and BjurnBeast. 12.5 seconds almost. As the rest of the pack is currently doing their own thing. But these guys up here in the top hotspots, well, they've got it all coming together. Oh wow, it's all coming together. It's my best Kronk impression. Another 5 saying that Exotic will try and get it removed. Yeah, okay, why not? I mean, if you win this one, then we're even, so... Unless you want to play double or nothing. Actually, no, that's exactly what would happen. We would be even. Either way. So it doesn't buy each other a beer. Oh, sorry, I've lost focus on this on the cars ahead because I was too busy thinking about beer. Which is weird because I've never really been much of a beer guy, but now I am. I think it's because in the north they don't really have cider. They have something that's supposed to be cider, but I don't think it actually qualifies as cider. There's probably some charter that says the north isn't allowed cider. Here we go then. It's time for the pit straight showdown. Willow burning his battery to catch up with ExoticPla1ns, who has far less battery than him, as Willow goes down the inside. These two getting very close together. As they're tippity-tapping each other's cars. It looks like SmallerSmiley went round again. But Willow stays out ahead. SmallerSmiley, does he have the damage? He has no damage. BjurnBeast, though. You can almost smell it happen. You can almost smell it. Willow now needs to get ahead a bit more. He needs to put Northern Cider. There is no Northern Cider. I swear, I've never seen like proper decent Northern Cider. But then again, my standards for cider are quite high. But yes, Willow really needs to put a bit of has to get a bit of a move on here, because if he doesn't, ExoticPla1ns is going to be able to overtake him. Björn's just on medium tyres, so they're just speedy. Natured Ally gets 3 seconds for track limits. Yeah, Björn is just speedy on those medium tyres, and the tyre delta here is going to be quite large. BjurnBeast has caught up with ExoticPla1ns. Although Willow is quite far ahead, I don't think BRT ExoticPla1ns is going to get close enough now to Willow to be able to do anything on that move. I wouldn't be surprised if he slowed down a little bit to try and give his teammate the advantage to try and catch up a bit more. Those mediums are going to start. They're also going to start wobbling a bit soon. There's going to get a tyre crossover between these guys. ExoticPla1ns is proper dropping off the back of Willow now. Whatever Willow's doing, he's putting some beans into his driving. None of the top three hardly have any battery. Ooh. Oh, excuse me. BjurnBeast is catching up with his teammate. But the dirty air is going to start causing some problems soon. Willow gets a decent X out. There it is. Willow keeps up this pace. He's going to end up. And yep. It doesn't look like ExoticPla1ns is going to have the DRS now. He does not. So his teammate's going to pip him. SmallerSmiley gets 3 3-second time penalty for track limit. Unsurprisingly, ExoticPla1ns does not put a fight up on Björn. Shock. Oh. He's gone around again. Oh, it's those curbs. You put too much throttle in at the wrong time and your car is going to be doing pirouettes. BjurnBeast still almost a second off of Willow, who seems to have really pulled it out here now. Are those medium tyres just starting to go off a little bit for BjurnBeast? I don't know what they're like. Are the hards good here? Are the hards speedy here? The hards have life here? It seems to be a trend on this game anyway, that the hards can go literally to the moon and back. Austria-esque. Oh, very good hards. Those hards are in fact doing absolutely fantastical. Willow keeping ahead of Björn. Is Willow battery in? They're all battery in. Oh, in fact, Björn is almost batteryless. It looks like Björn might be struggling now on those medium tyres. All Willow has to do is just keep it nice and clean and tidy for the next 6 and a bit laps. And if he can do that, then we're going to be seeing Willow taking the top spot again for a second week in a row post penalties. Final 5 says Björn stays behind Willow, gaining the ERS to overtake him on the last lap. I will take that action, good sir. Wee. Oh, I should have said wee. Oh, excuse me, because Wee has just got another 3 seconds for those track limits. SmallerSmiley here is vying for points, as is CodCamper. All these people here have to do is finish. Björn's not, you know. Sucks. Björn is burning every little ounce of battery to try and catch up with Willow. He's going to be he's now right up on the rear. So he's going to be rear-ish. So he's going to be getting some of those dirty airs. I'll just do a quick check. Is there any other battles going on? No, and no. So, as much as I love everyone here, give it time. Give it time! I'll give it all the time. Gibbity time. Skibbity time! Time zones. It all comes back to time. In fact, it's one of my favourite quotes from one of my favourite movies, which if anybody can name in the chat, I will be very impressed. Which is, did not just say skibbity. I did just say skibbity. Because I'm a child. But yes, one of my favourite quotes from my favourite film is, "This is no time to argue about time. We don't have the time." Immediately followed up by, "What was I saying?" But I could quote that film all night. It's a fantastic film. But that said, I have very specific tastes. I'm a connoisseur of films. No, I'm just a massive nerd. Yes, it is First Contact. But if you googled it, I'll be sad. First Contact is one of my very favourite films. In fact, it might be my favourite film. And if anybody's wondering what my least favourite film is, it's the most recent Into the Spider-Verse film, or whatever it's called, because it doesn't end. I definitely did not just Google that. Damn it! You're too smart for me, Socks. All that film and television. Cod Camper, 3 more seconds. It's I didn't really think this track was much of a track limits track. I mean, I'm not gonna finish saying that. If I say that, then Sunday will hurt me. How's Socks' prediction coming through? Oh, BjurnBeast still has quite a bit of battery left. Has all the battery. As Bert Jacob is in. It has Bert Jacob's teammate Natured Alloy is also on the medium tyres and not really managing to make quite the gains that BRT has through this track or through this race. Those tyres are starting to be going off a bit now. 10 laps in, burning that battery. They're both burning that battery. We're making a quick dart to the side to try and break that slipstream, that toe. BRT is now 0.2 seconds behind him. Willow plays his cards right though. He could let Björn overtake him this lap and then he could snag that place back on the following lap from Björn. Insert non-PG word here. Yes. Yeah. Just dawned on me that if any of these races get uploaded to YouTube, that means I'm on YouTube. And that basically makes me a celebrity, right? So... Oh, we're trying to Björn using the battery. Oh, I don't know. could be the lap. Willow would be smart not to fight this. You could definitely hold off ExoticPla1ns. Not that it matters with ExoticPla1ns, seeing as he is in fact does in fact have a 3-second tamper. Willow's not really burning his battery. But then neither is Exotic. Neither is BJurnBeast. Whoa! It's all coming together now. SmallerSmiley has gone onto the soft tyres. Is he going for a race record as he cuts the grass on his way around that second corner? Quote unquote corner. Back to the front. This lap is, in effect, Björn's last chance to snag a place on Willow. It's not easy to overtake here with the exception of the DRS straight, so if Willow can just keep Björn behind him by just a little bit, Björn has charged his battery up a lot more than Willow has. Currently, you're calling it, Socks. It's a lot more battery than Willow. He has a slightly better exit. He's burning that battery. Willow is burning that battery, and Willow is doing what he can to break the toe. He has the inside line. Can he outbrake BJurnBeast? Oh, he loses the position to BJurnBeast on the very last lap. That was some superb driving from BJurnBeast there. As Natured Alloy and DeflatedWee are fighting one another. Both of them have 6 seconds of penalties. So it is a race for position here. Willow has raced a fantastic race tonight, keeping everybody ahead. But that strategy from BJurnBeast and a little bit of teamwork has paid off for BJurnBeast. There is nothing Willow's really going to be able to do here that's safe or smart to be able to keep this position. Oh no, SmallerSmiley's been lapped. Which means that he's not going to... will he get a chance to put in this fastest lap? I don't think he did. Because he is now across the line because he was lapped. Oh. Yellow flags there. Let's watch as everybody else comes across the line. We have that guy. What were the fastest laps? Oh, no. 59. It's not quite enough to pop in that best from Björn's. 15.6. That guy crosses the line to take P7. Greg's going to cross the line now to take P8. And then Codcamper finally takes P9. Okay, interesting. There we have it. That'll be the end of 81. And so we're currently level for money. So, you know, Exotic tries and gets it removed, then great, you'll be up a 5, but otherwise we are currently level. So, here we go. We have BJurnBeast taking the win, which closes his gap to Willow by a whole 7 points. As 6 points, sorry, 8 points, sorry, because he has the fastest lap. Willow closing his lead on ExoticPla1ns by 3 points, or closing the gap to by 3 points, so that brings them to 18 points down now. Sano takes P4, Natured Alloy P5, DeflatedWee 6, that guy P7, Greg P8, Codcamper P9, SmallerSmiley, who vied for the fastest lap, goes P10. and BRT Jacob, who was our only Dunuff from this track, from this race. Fantastic! Thank you everybody for joining us tonight. I'm going to wrap it up there, and we will see you on Sunday for AT2 here at Hungary. Have a great evening, guys.